welcome back to another episode of Learn Japanese from Some Guy. Got another intermediate lesson for you today, but before we begin, as always, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Click that bell if you haven't already, so you'll know when new videos are released. Alright, so as always, we'll get started with our kanji practice. So problem number 16, we have to choose the correct reading of yachin, highlighted character here. So yachin wa ikura desu ka? So how do we write yachin in kanji? So choose, so read carefully, right? All the characters kind of look the same. Choose an answer, and then we'll check. All right, so the answer is 3番です。家賃はいくらですか? So how much is the rent? So maybe you're like renting an apartment or like a house or something. So here we have the character for house, right? Or like home, where you're living. And this character means fee or a charge. So how much is the house fee? 家賃。家賃はいくらですか? So of course, hopefully by now you're familiar with, いくら, asking for the price of something, right? いくらですか? How much is this? So again, we're going to look a little more closely at this character, 賃 that we saw, which means fee or charge. So you'll find it in words like, 家賃, rent. このアパートの家賃は高すぎる。このアパートの家賃は高すぎる。This apartment's rent is too expensive. And we also have, 運賃, which is like the bus or the tram fare. So this character right here means like to move, right? So like when you ride a bus, you have to pay, or you ride a train, you have to pay. This is 運賃. So 運賃は小銭で支払える. So you can pay the 運賃, the bus fare, with 小銭, small money, coins, right? And 賃貸, similar to rent, but I guess it's like a lease more specifically. So we have 家賃, 運賃, 賃貸. So fee. And now we'll move on to our vocabulary. So question number 17, we have to fill in the blank to complete the sentence. So they say, では、また、間もなく、後ほど、しばらく、先に電話いたします。So pause the video here, choose an answer, and we'll check. Alright, so the answer is 2番です。後ほど。では、また後ほど電話いたします。So, では。Well then. また後ほど。Later, I will call again. So, 後ほど just means sometime in the future, this person is going to call back. Okay, so we're going to take a little closer look at our vocabulary words here. So just like we saw in the answer, 後ほど means like at a later date, at a later time. A very polite Japanese. Maybe if you were just talking with your friends, you wouldn't use it. You could say, また後で. So of course, this character right here that we see in 後ほど, ato means like after or later. So like また後で電話します. I'll call back later. 後ほど電話いたします. So we have like a more polite Japanese here. But maybe with your friends, you could say, 後で電話します. また後で電話します. I'll call back again later. And 間もなく, which means soon. So 父は間もなく帰ります. So father, dad will be home 間もなく, soon. So this character right here can mean like, like a space. So 間もなく. So like maybe like there's just a small 間もなく. There's not even like a big space, like a little window, a little space. So like it's going to close soon. There's not much time left. 間もなく帰ります. Soon. And しばらくmeans, for a while. So maybe, you're at an office or you're at the doctor or something like that. The receptionist might say, しばらくお待ちください. So しばらく. So for a while, お待ちください. So please wait. Please wait a little longer. And, with your friends, you might just say, ちょっと待っててね. Like, hey, just wait a minute. So like, a little more casual Japanese. And 先に, which means, like first or before. So we have, 田中さんは先に帰った. So Tanaka went home already or went home before us. Maybe we're at the office and Tanaka, just left. And the boss might say, 田中は先に帰った. 先に帰りました. He just went home. He just left. He left before us. And of course, we'll see this in the expression お先に失礼します. So this is, of course, is a very, very important expression you want to learn if you're going to be working in Japan. When I was working in Japan, we'd leave the office, or I'd leave the office at about 9:30 p.m. and my manager and my boss and everybody else would remain and continue working maybe until 10 or 10:30. There wasn't, anything I could do. My work was done. I had nothing to do, so I would just leave, of course. And I always felt really bad because, I'd leave and they'd be working really hard at their desks. So I would always say, 先に失礼します. So, kind of like, I'm going to go home before you. 失礼します. So, please forgive me. Maybe they would start to resent me after a while, like, how come Jeremy always gets to go home early, but if you use this expression with your coworkers or your boss or something, people kind of excuse you, like, oh, I'm going to leave, please forgive me, even though you're working, I'm sorry. 失礼します. 先に失礼します. Like, very, very Japanese phrase, but definitely you'll want to remember it. Anyway, bunpo, now we're going to look at our grammar. Number 18, we have to fill in the blank here. So it says, 毎日練習しているのに、ちょっとも少しだけめったにおそらく上手になりません. So how do we complete the sentence here? Pause the video, choose an answer, and then we'll check. Alright, so the answer is 1番です. 毎日練習しているのに I'm practicing, even though のに I'm practicing every day. ちょっとも上手になりません. I'm not getting good at all. So despite the fact that I'm practicing every day, I'm not improving. 上手になりません. I won't get good. ちょっとも, not even a little bit. 上手になりません. So we're going to take a look a little more closely at some of these words here. So just like in the answer we saw, ちょっとも 何々ない. So we're going to use like a negative, e adjective or a verb or, not adjective or whatever with this phrase. So here we have an example. これはちょっとも難しくない. So this is not difficult at all. So here we have, 難しい, the e adjective for difficult, but we want to use the ない form, so we get 難しくない. ちょっとも難しくない. So you wouldn't say ちょっとも難しい, right? That doesn't make any sense. So this is not difficult at all. Not difficult. 難しくない. Or ちょっともわからない. ちょっともわからない. I don't understand at all. So remember, ちょっと means like a little. ちょっとも even a little. わからない. I don't get it. ちょっともわからない. I don't get it at all. Next we saw めったに何々ない. So this is a really, really good expression too. It means, hardly ever. So 私はめったにパンを食べない. So I hardly ever eat bread. So again, we have 食べる, the verb for to eat, but we need to use the ない form, 食べない, the negative form. 私はめったにパンを食べない. I hardly ever eat bread. Sometimes I do. めったに seldom, hardly ever. Or 本をめったに読まない. So again, here we have 読む, to read, the ない form, 読まない. めったに読まない. 映画の方が好き. I hardly ever read books. 映画の方が好き. I prefer watching movies. I prefer movies over books. めったにない. So here we have, our verbs. 食べない, 読まない. めったに読まない. I hardly ever read. Alright, and finally, we'll take a look at using おそらくだろう. So here we have an example sentence. 松田さん、おそらく来ないだろう. So, 松田 probably won't come. But it's worth noting here that we don't have to use おそらく with a negative. We could say 松田さんはおそらく来るでしょう. 来るだろう. So, probably will come. And I'd also like to just say, personally speaking, I hardly めったに使わない. I hardly ever use おそらく. I prefer using 多分. 多分来ない. Probably won't come. 多分来るよ. Probably will come. So 多分 I think is more commonly used. But, there are cases where people might say おそらく, or if you're going to be, reading or, taking a test, it's definitely something you want to learn. おそらくだろう. Probably. 多分. Probably. But that's going to do it for today's lesson. As always, thank you guys for watching, liking, subscribing. I really appreciate that. Telling a friend. And if you wish to learn more, grammar, in-depth grammar, Japanese grammar, you can check out my book on Amazon. The link for that's in the description below. So if you have any comments or if you check it out, please leave a review. Really, really appreciate that. But that's going to do it for today. So we'll see you next time. またね.